doing the dance, the Carl dance, doing the dance, the Carl dance.
Hi, I'm Culture of Truth. Today on the Sunday talk shows, the theme was a reality distortion field and how to make one, a topic panelists of such shows may be uniquely qualified to discourse on. I urge aficionados of Beltway weirdness to catch Christiane Amanpour's interview with Michelle Bachmann, including her concern that not enough poor people are paying income tax, a desire to abolish the tax code and replace it with a graduated tax, her fear that the overthrow of Gaddafi could lead to a global caliphate, and of course, the problem of thousands of terrorists from Yemen entering the United States from Mexico. But I would like to talk about a conversation on Meet the Press and what it indicates about how conventional wisdom is created in Washington. Walter Isaacson, author of a biography of Steve Jobs, was a guest, and noted with regard to the current Republican frontrunner, "I once served on a corporate board with Herman Cain, the Reader's Digest Association, and he's actually a very sensible, funny guy, very focused. It's odd what happens when you go on the campaign trail. You become sort of a character. You have to sort of play more theatrically." Isaacson then said, "But I do think what he's introduced is the idea, which is a core philosophical idea. Simplify the tax rates, lower taxes, make things radically simpler. And you are beginning to see, a serious debate on some of these issues." Unquote. Thank God, Jay, that only as a result of the presidential campaign of the former CEO of Godfather's Pizza can we finally have a serious debate in this country about whether we should lower taxes on rich people. David Gregory then led an extended discussion of the merits of Steve Jobs' so-called reality distortion field, bemoaning that Washington lacks Jobs' kind of exemplary leadership. This led Walter Isaacson to observe, quote, "I think that painting a vision for the future, saying, here's where the country really ought to go. We all know the broad outline. Steve Jobs knew the broad outlines, which is better jobs, skills for those jobs, and a chance for everybody to move up. And a reduction, perhaps—" Gregory, No, go ahead. Finish the thought. Isaacson, "Well, I think that we all agree that there should be fairer, flatter taxes. But there should also be a reduction in the inequality in this country." Gregory, right. Isaacson, "And that growth can be for the middle class and jobs, and that's what we all have to do." Perhaps Walter Isaacson spent too much time with Steve Jobs, or in Washington, but it is telling that in a discussion of Jobs' ability to create reality through insistence and force of will, Isaacson casually states that we all agree that taxes should be flatter, that flatter taxes would be fairer, that this would somehow lead to growth for the middle class and create jobs, and reduce income inequality, and that's what we all have to do. This is how ideas take hold inside the Beltway, become commonly accepted, indeed, beyond dispute, where a small circle of people, sitting on the same corporate boards, almost all of them in the top 1%, can all agree that it would be a good idea to lower taxes for the wealthy and raise them for the poor, because the most powerful reality distortion field of all wasn't in Palo Alto, California. It's in Washington, D.C. And that's the most ridiculous thing that happened this Sunday.